Hey guys, my name is Coach Stecker and I'm going to be your Algebra 1 teacher for this next school year. So my Algebra 1 class is a little bit different than everybody else's. We don't give out a textbook. So instead we take notes in a spiral bound notebook and we keep them in our binder. So what I'm going to do today in this video is I'm going to show you exactly how to set your binder up. It needs to be a specific way. So I'm going to go through that with you in this video. So I'm going to go over the 5 things that you need to set up a binder. So the first thing is obviously the binder. It needs to be 1.5 inches. I don't care what brand of binder you get, but it has to be 1.5 inches. So that way it'll hold everything that we're gonna do this year. The next thing that you're gonna need is a pack of 5 dividers. It doesn't necessarily have to have the pockets on them. You just need to have 5 dividers, okay? Next thing is you need a spiral bound notebook. So it has to have the spiral bound. It needs to have the holes in it. So get a hole punch spiral bound notebook. And it has to be one subject. Do not get anything more than one subject. And make sure that it's college ruled. So one spiral bound notebook that is college ruled and has the holes punched in it. You're also going to need just a half of a pack of paper. Make sure it's college ruled. We're not going to use the whole pack. So grab a pack, put half of it in this binder, and then use the other half for another subject. And then these things. These are called Post-it tabs. We're going to use these to name our units for our notes. You can find these in the Post-it note section. You can get this brand, or there's the Avery tabs that look similar and they're just as good. So either one of those will work. And these are the 5 things that we need to set up our binder. Okay, so now we're ready to actually set up our binder. So go ahead and open your binder. The first thing that we need to put in there are our dividers. Now, when you open your pack of dividers, they always come with these paper inserts for the tabs. Do not throw those away because we actually need to write on them and insert them, okay? So here are the names of the tabs. So go ahead and pause this video right here and you need to label those tabs in that order. I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so here are the dividers. We have notes, bell work, classwork homework, tests and quizzes, and then mastery tracking. So it needs to go in that order. And then once you have those inserts put in there, then you just put these in your binder. All right, the next thing that we're gonna put in there is that half of a pack of paper I was telling you about. Go ahead and take that out of the package, and then this needs to go in the very front of your binder, in front of the dividers. So you'll open this and put it right here in the front, just like that. Okay, now let's talk about this spiral bound notebook. This is probably the most important thing about our binder. This is where we're going to keep all our notes. So at the end of the school year, this is basically going to be your textbook. So first thing, let's go ahead and clear this off because we don't need this. I did this beforehand, but go ahead and label in the top corner or the front, however you want to do it, that this is your Algebra 1 notes. And then on the inside of this notebook, there's going to be, mine has 100 pages, 100 physical pages, which means there are 200 pages front to back. What I need you to do is number the pages, 1, 2, front and back, all the way to 75, okay? All the way to 75. So we're going to use that page right there. You can do whatever you want to do with the remainder of this notebook because we will not use it to take notes on. So you can take all this paper out and use it for a different class if you need to, or leave it in there in case you need extra paper throughout the school year. But we will not use any of this to put notes on. So we're actually only using 75 physical pages for this year's notes, which is good. Okay, so now we have our page numbers written on there, so make sure that when you're writing the page numbers that you're writing on the front and back of each page, and make sure you go to 75, okay? Now, we're going to use our tabs or Avery UltraTabs, whichever ones you were able to find. All you need right now is one of these, so pick whichever color you want. I'm going to use orange, so just take one of those, and you're going to place this tab in the top right-hand corner of the page. But the way that these are designed, this part right here is going to stick to the paper, while the colored part is going to stick off of the paper. So it's important that you put it on there correctly. So we're just going to stick it to the top corner, making sure that the color is actually sticking off the page. Why it has to be that way is so that way when your notebook is closed, you can actually see the tab, and it works just like dividers in our binders. Once we have all of our units in there, you're going to be able to grab that tab and flip directly to the unit that you're looking for, okay? So there's going to be more than this, but I just want you to put that one on there for now. Okay, so now we have our notebook set up. So you should have the page numbers numbered out all the way to 75. Remember to write on the front and back. And then we have added our first tab. This is going to be for Unit 1, which we're going to set up the first week of school. So this will come the first week of school. So now we need to put it in the right spot of the notebook. So these are our notes, so it's going to go behind the notes divider. So you'll grab the divider. It needs to go behind the divider that has the correct name on it. So this is why the spiral bound notebook needs to have the 3 holes in it, so that way we are able to put it in our binder. This will prevent your pages from ripping when we flip back and forth to this, because we're going to go to this part of our binder almost every day, okay? The other thing that I need to tell you is we have not used all of these, and you cannot lose these. You need to make sure that you have them when we start school. So what I do, my advice would be to just take these and put them down there in the pocket of the binder. Turn them sideways like that so they're less likely to fall out. So now the inside of our binder should be set up completely. So let's go through that one more time just to make sure that you have it done correctly. So the first thing, make sure that you have your extra tabs right here on the pocket. Try to turn them sideways so that way they're less likely to fall out. When you first open your binder, you should have a half of a pack of sheet of paper in the front. Clean, college ruled notebook paper. Then we need to have our 5 dividers with the correct names of the dividers. So here are the names of the dividers once again. So pause this video right here if you still need to write those down. Once you get those written down and placed in your binder, let's flip to the notes divider. Here's where our spiral bound notebook will go. Make sure that when you buy your spiral bound notebook that it is one subject and that it has the holes so that you are able to put it in your binder. You need to make sure that your pages are numbered 1 through 75 and make sure that you're writing on the back of each page, okay? Remember, after the 75th page, you can do whatever you want to with the remainder of this notebook. You can leave it in there just in case if we need it, or you can use it for another subject. And then we should have our first Post-it note tab or Avery UltraTab, whichever one you bought, placed on the very top right-hand corner of page number 1 of our notes. Okay? So here is the inside of our binder, the outside. Obviously, take this out. You can either write Algebra 1 on just a plain sheet of notebook paper and stick it in there, or you can write directly on the binder. Just write Algebra 1, and then your binder is completely set up and ready for class. Okay guys, so now we have our Algebra 1 binder completely set up and ready for the start of the school year. So I cannot wait to see you, I cannot wait to meet you, and I'm looking forward to a great year with you for Algebra 1. Bye!